Look at that whistle. Oh.
Hey, welcome to Flite Test. I'm Josh. This is Josh.
Hi.
And this will not fit in frame.
No, it will not, because it's probably the biggest glider we've ever reviewed.
This is a bird of time.
Made by Dynaflite.
Yeah, and it's enormous. 118 inches wingspan.
Of awesomeness. And this is also a first for us too, because generally when we go to do a review, we get the plane, we take it out, and we either maiden on air, or we, fly it a couple.
Right before.
Yeah, right before, while you guys see it, or we maiden it right before.
But this is actually yours, right?
This is 4 years old.
And you've had this for 4 years.
For 4 years, and I don't take care of my airplanes either. I'm really hard on airframes, and I go through them quite quickly. This thing will not die, and it looks great. It held up great. And it's probably because of a great plane's great quality control.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased with this. My father and I bought this 4 years ago. I originally bought it to be an FPV ship, and he bought it to soar. And that's hence why I have the motor on the front of mine too.
Right, because usually it doesn't come like that. You have to
Yes, this is a very
launch it with a giant rubber band, right?
A huge slingshot of doom. And I'm terrible at high starts. I freak out because when you launch a 3-meter glider, if you stall it at the beginning, then you have that rubber band just pulling it through the ground. It's horrible. It just destroys the plane, and it really intimidates me. But this was originally designed to be either a winch, a high start, a slope store, or for that matter, you could cradle it up on a big airplane too.
Gotcha.
But yeah, totally a 2-channel glider. The 3rd channel was added when we put the motor on.
Right.
But you know what the neat thing is? It didn't add much weight. You need a lot of nose weight, and all when you do when you chop off the front of the nose is you chop it off the huge amount of ballast that they have to actually weight down the front of the nose to give it the proper CG.
Yeah.
So when you put an outrunner motor into it, you get all that weight back plus the power.
Yeah, and we only added a quarter pound.
About a quarter pound, anywhere from 4 to 6 ounces is what we added without the battery. But it was all needed, and actually I have a 2200 4-cell in there that's needed just to balance the plane out. So you still had to add an immense amount more weight. Much better to have it pulling your tail up than not using it at all.
And the wings are balsa framed, right?
Yep, it's covered with
monocoat?
Yep, covered with actual authentic monocoat. And the neat thing is, because I'm so bad on the airplanes, I had holes through this and I had to go patch it before we did our review. I just went to the store, picked up monocoat, it matched perfectly.
Nice.
And I haven't heat shrunk this. I didn't go over it and reshrink it at all. This is the exact way it came. No heat guns, no last minute primping, just patching the 2 panels that I punctured.
I hate primping.
Yeah, no primping.
It's the worst.
None at all.
It's got a fiberglass fuselage.
Fiberglass fuselage.
But they don't all come like this.
No, there's
the
a
kits
kit. Yes.
is all balsa wood, is that right?
Build up balsa, yes.
Yikes.
Yeah, definitely, in my opinion.
That sounds high maintenance.
I love building, but this is about $170. You can get them usually on sale for about $150. Spend $150 compared to the $79, because by the time you monocoat this, you're gonna have that much money into it.
Yeah.
It's crazy big wingspan, and the quality is just amazing. I just checked literally this morning. All the replacement components are still available, still in stock, which is a really nice feature. So if you mess up your wing, you don't have to go out and repair it. You can buy a whole new wing, whole new fuselage, new tail feathers, all available, all replaceable.
Nice.
Very cool stuff.
All right, well, I think David's waiting outside for us. Can we
He
go fly
is
it?
dying to fly this thing.
All right.
Let's do it. I'm gonna let you carry it because it's...
Okay, because it's awkward? Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem.
That is one heck of a wingspan. 118 inches.
118 inches.
3 meters, yeah. For anyone not in the US, as usual.
Yeah,
But-
we're not there. Okay.
It looks so beautiful.
It is gorgeous. And it just wants to soar. I mean,
Yeah, wow.
and it's not a light windy day. I mean, it's pretty windy up there.
Yeah, it is.
And with the weight of it, what, 41 ounces?
Yeah, was it 41 ounces?
I believe it's 41 ounces.
It's a bit on the heavy side, but
Just penetrates
it
beautifully.
penetrates like crazy.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, guys. I am not a sailplane flyer. I love sailplanes, but I was really humbled with the Alula episode, so I'm passing on to the expert to get his opinion.
It's just, I don't need to touch it. It just,
Yeah, it
flies
just keeps
itself.
flying. This is a 2-channel, 3-channel if you add on the motor to it. And the nice thing about the motor is, like I said, high starts scare me to death. Slope soaring, I'm scared of heights. So the motor is really the best way for me. And really, when you put the motor on and the battery, it's nominal the weight that you add. You don't make the plane much heavier than what it really is.
No, and you get that safety of whenever you lose lift,
Yes.
you don't crash it.
Yeah. And one big problem with this is getting it down. It's so clean when you're flying that if you actually idle your prop really slow, that disc area acts as drag and helps you to land it easier. So I actually carry a little bit of throttle when I'm coming around just to act as drag to get it down sooner.
Oh, that's a nice stall. Actually, yeah, I pushed it a little bit too hard and it just dropped like an inch.
Now I can tell you, if you fly it tail heavy, it will stall spin.
Holy crap!
Were you full throttle?
Yeah!
It's got a little climb to it.
This motor is way more powerful than you need. It flies great off of a 3-cell, but the reason we use a 4-cell in it is because I needed the extra nose weight. So why not just put it in the form of battery and power? Look at that whistle. Oh,
Beautiful.
so what's your thoughts of it, brother?
It flies amazing for being a 2-channel, just rudder and elevator.
That's it.
If it's like a Radian, that's actually even nicer than the Radian, and it looks beautiful.
look at the
I'm gonna go there.
Now the funny thing is, you probably want to dial in some mix on your motor and your elevator, because when you hit the motor hard, that thing just skyrockets skyward.
He's making
pitches up.
friends.
Oh, look at that! Either he's making them
It's a
angry.
beautiful thing.
Where'd they all come from? You're like one with them.
I'm a bird.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
a pretty birdie.
There's no lift today.
It's crazy. It's so overcast, but still.
Oh, there you go, right there, right?
Woo-hoo! Some bubbles. I'm gonna follow them.
Get them, get them.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're getting away from you.
Yeah. That is pretty crazy.
That
There
is awesome.
is some lift.
Is there lift
But
right there?
There's a tiny bit. I don't know where they're going. They don't know anything.
Now, the original reason I bought this plane was actually because I'm cheap. I'm terribly cheap. And I wanted an FPV platform. I didn't know much about FPV. So I saw this on sale for about 130 bucks. And rather than spending 150 bucks on a board camera, I had an Ape-Tech DVR. And I thought, I'll just put a big plane, up in the air. It's 130 bucks, it's 20 bucks cheaper. I had my transmitter. And I thought it'd be great just to fly it. Little did I think about the fact that the Ape-Tech had a very near field of view and it wasn't a good flight experience at all. But I love the plane so much, obviously I just kept flying it as a stock platform.
It's so relaxing.
It is.
Tranquil.
It turns so well, even with the rudder. It just tips that wing just the perfect angle for doing the circles and thermals and stuff. Yeah, I can't really say that I missed the ailerons on it.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's great.
It's really simple flying. Davis truly humbled me with finding thermals, so I'm always asking him, is that lift or is that wind? Because I have to get up really high where the thermal's the biggest and the most powerful to be able to really reap the benefits of it.
Yeah, I can't believe there's hardly any lift today, but it just keeps on gliding.
You're getting a nice long ride out of it.
Yeah.
Now you would recommend setting a brake on it. Oh, what was that?
Jacked it a bit hard. Look at that. Oh, let's see the stall. That's very beautiful. Hey, Josh Scott, do you want to fly it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
What's
What the
that
heck?
doesn't sound good.
Maybe we should just bring
okay.
it in.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do a walk of shame. I'm gonna push it in.
No shame in the walk of shame. Trust me.
There you go.
Oh,
It's my favorite walk.
Okay, I'll go get it.
Okay. All right,
right.
she's back.
Yeah, it seems like the motor burned out.
Really?
Yeah.
After 4 years?
After 4 years of abuse,
Good
because I
timing.
think that
Yeah, really
prop,
great time in the middle of a review.
I think that prop is a bit too big, and when you really jack it
Jacked
hard
it hard.
with a 4-cell, yeah, I think it was a bit too
Well,
much.
It'll be interesting. Matter of fact, is it cooled down now?
I think so. Yeah, it's one face is totally
That's
burned.
awkward.
Yep.
That's awkward. Yeah, we'll have to dig in more in that.
So David, this is probably the most positive I've ever heard you about anything.
Yeah.
you can
Are
kind of
you
gushing.
are you switching to Josh Bixler's side of everything's great, or
No, it's just, how can you not love this? It's just beautiful, and it flies awesome. I can't really see any downside to it.
yeah?
What would you recommend as far as tips for success with it? People setting it up.
Keep it as, I don't know, keep
CG.
it the way it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
keep the CG
Yeah.
where it's supposed to be.
Originally, I put a 2200. I was way after CG, and I barely got it back. It will stall spin like crazy at that point. It's a whole different animal. So make sure your CG is where it needs to be,
Okay, cool.
and be very accurate with it.
And as far as a first balsa build, it's probably not a good idea.
No, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Buy the ARF in that case, but doing the covering and building the wing is not easy.
And you're
It's
gonna have
not.
equally as much money in building it yourself as just buying the ARC.
Yeah.
And you won't get these graceful lines. And like I said, the quality is just amazing. I did not heat shrink any of this. It's been sitting like this for 4 years.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching, and thanks to all of you for sponsoring Flite Test, because every time that you go to flitetest.com and you check out the store and you buy a speed build kit or a t-shirt or a Josh Bixler action figure, whatever you want to get.
Coming soon.
That's hopefully not.
You support us.
You are actually supporting Flite Test.
You make
so
us able to test stuff like this, and that's awesome. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.